As Niko Omilana continued to expand his presence in the public eye, his psychology evolved in ways that transcended the immediate gratification of virality. By now, he was acutely aware that influence is not measured solely in likes, shares, or trending hashtags, but in the enduring cognitive and emotional imprint left on audiences. This realization reshaped his approach. Every stunt, every campaign, every public performance became a data point in a larger experiment. An effort to shape social perception, test boundaries, and explore the mechanics of attention, engagement, and belief. Long-term strategy and narrative intelligence, what sets Niko apart psychologically is his capacity for long-term strategic thinking within a medium that rewards the ephemeral. Social media thrives on immediacy. Viral content rises and falls within hours, attention spans are short, and audiences quickly move to the next stimulus. Many creators, even those with immense talent, are trapped in cycles of chasing novelty without direction. Niko, however, approached the ecosystem as a layered construct. He understood that while individual videos generate bursts of engagement, their cumulative effect, the shaping of narrative, persona, and cultural perception, is where real influence lies. Every content decision was made with an awareness of its role in a larger psychological and social architecture. Central to this approach is an advanced understanding of narrative psychology. Humans are wired to respond to stories. Meaning is extracted not from isolated events, but from patterns, trajectories, and arcs. Niko's content consistently follows this principle. Whether orchestrating pranks, engaging in political satire, or collaborating with peers, he frames each action as part of a story with tension, conflict, and resolution. Even apparent randomness is structured. An infiltration of a political debate is both spectacle and social commentary. A prank at a public event is both comedy and a probe of social norms. The audience experiences engagement emotionally first, cognitively second, and reflexively internalizes the lessons or questions embedded within. In this way, Niko's humor functions as both entertainment and subtle education. Authenticity, performance, and risk. Another defining feature of his psychology is the interplay between authenticity and performance. Public life, especially in digital media, is a landscape where authenticity is constantly tested against performativity. Audiences crave genuine expression, but are simultaneously drawn to spectacle. Niko navigates this paradox with remarkable skill. He cultivates a persona that is at once relatable, spontaneous, and chaotic, yet strategically curated to reflect consistency, intelligence, and social insight. This duality strengthens influence. Viewers sense authenticity because they perceive unpredictability and vulnerability, but they are also guided by underlying coherence and deliberate messaging. The psychological sophistication here is profound. It balances relatability, authority, and strategic ambiguity to sustain engagement. Risk, as a psychological construct, continues to define much of his public activity. Unlike impulsive thrill seekers, Niko treats risk as a variable to be measured, calibrated, and leveraged. He understands that risk enhances perceived credibility, attention, and narrative tension, but he also mitigates the potential for irreversible consequences. This balance between audacity and control allows him to operate at the edge of social boundaries without succumbing to destructive forces. In psychological terms, he demonstrates high tolerance for ambiguity, mastery of emotional regulation, and strategic foresight, traits that underpin his capacity for innovation and influence. Political engagement and systems thinking. Particularly fascinating is the way Niko integrates political engagement into this broader psychological framework. His candidacy for London mayor, while humorous on the surface, represents a nuanced understanding of systems, institutions, and cultural perception. Running as a satirical candidate allowed him to test boundaries, expose vulnerabilities in traditional structures, and provoke discourse on issues of representation, governance, and civic engagement. By performing politics as both satire and experiment, he occupies a liminal space where critique, entertainment, and strategy intersect. This reflects a sophisticated cognitive model. He perceives social institutions as complex systems and designs interventions that reveal systemic dynamics while simultaneously generating public engagement. Leadership, resilience, and identity. Leadership, collaboration, and group dynamics remain critical components of his psychology. Within the Beta Squad and other collaborative projects, Niko exhibits relational intelligence, an ability to motivate, align, and guide peers without overt domination. He creates environments in which creativity thrives while ensuring that strategic objectives are met. This facilitative style maximizes collective performance, amplifying outcomes beyond the sum of individual contributions. It also reflects a deep understanding of social motivation and group psychology. Influence is magnified when participants feel autonomy, purpose, and alignment with a shared narrative. Resilience continues to underpin his trajectory. Public life, particularly in the realm of social media and politics, exposes individuals to constant scrutiny, criticism, and social comparison. Niko demonstrates remarkable emotional fortitude. He filters irrelevant feedback, integrates actionable insights, and maintains focus on long-term objectives. Humor and satire function as psychological buffers, reframing criticism and adversity as part of the larger experiment rather than threats to identity. This resilience enables sustained creativity, calculated risk-taking, and strategic innovation over time. Identity, especially in the context of mixed heritage, public visibility, and cultural complexity, is another axis of Niko's psychology. He negotiates multiple roles: comedian, political actor, social critic, influencer simultaneously. Each role provides insight into different aspects of society, audience expectation, and systemic response. By inhabiting these roles fluidly, he can leverage contradictions, challenge assumptions, and generate cognitive tension in audiences. The result is engagement that is simultaneously entertaining, thought-provoking, and culturally resonant. Niko exemplifies what developmental psychology terms high integrative complexity, the capacity to reconcile conflicting perspectives, navigate ambiguity, and apply insight across diverse social contexts. Metacognition and ethical calculus. A further layer of his psychological sophistication is metacognition, the ability to observe, analyze, and optimize one's own thought processes and strategies. Niko treats every action as feedback, every public interaction as a dataset, and every engagement as an opportunity to refine approach. This iterative process allows for continual adaptation, innovation, and refinement, ensuring that his influence is not static but dynamically responsive to social, cultural, and technological change. In essence, he treats the social world as an experiment in applied behavioral psychology. Ethical reasoning also plays a role. While his pranks often skirt the edges of convention, he demonstrates consistent awareness of boundaries, avoiding irreversible harm or exploitation. He balances the disruptive power of humor with a moral compass that prioritizes social reflection, awareness, and constructive critique. This ethical lens amplifies influence. Audiences recognize that while the actions may challenge norms, they are not malicious, and the critique embedded in humor carries legitimacy. Niko's ethical calculus allows him to engage audaciously while maintaining credibility, trust, and cultural resonance. Legacy and attention economics. Legacy, perhaps more than fame or fortune, motivates much of his strategic behavior. Niko is conscious of the ephemeral nature of digital popularity, but seeks lasting impact. He integrates humor, politics, and social experimentation to construct a persona capable of influencing not just trends, but norms, perceptions, and cultural discourse. By blending entertainment with social insight, he creates a multidimensional legacy that extends beyond clicks and views, a record of innovation, audacity, and reflective engagement with society. Importantly, Niko's psychology demonstrates mastery of attention economics. In an environment saturated with stimuli, he commands focus through surprise, tension, narrative, and charisma. He engineers events and content to maximize cognitive engagement, understanding that attention is both currency and conduit for influence. By capturing attention strategically, he shapes perception, frames dialogue, and subtly guides interpretation, all without overt coercion. This sophisticated understanding of cognitive processes allows him to operate as both entertainer and educator, provocateur and strategist. His approach to collaboration also reveals psychological nuance. While he often appears as the central figure in content, he leverages collective creativity, distributes responsibility, and amplifies voices of peers. This approach not only enhances output, but also strengthens social networks, loyalty, and long-term relational capital. In essence, Niko blends individual brilliance with networked intelligence, understanding that influence is both personal and social. Finally, the synthesis of humor, politics, social insight, and strategic performance defines his enduring psychological signature. Niko Omilana is not merely a comedian or a viral personality. He is a social experimenter, a strategist, a cultural critic, and a curator of perception. Each public act, each stunt, each campaign is a calculated probe into human behavior, institutional response, and media dynamics. His influence is not ephemeral because it is rooted in psychology, strategy, and social resonance rather than novelty alone. In conclusion, Niko Omilana's psychology is a tapestry of strategic foresight, narrative intelligence, emotional regulation, ethical sensitivity, social insight, risk tolerance, and metacognitive sophistication. He operates simultaneously as entertainer, provocateur, political actor, and social architect. His humor disguises depth, his performance masks calculation. Yet underneath the chaos lies an extraordinary mind. one capable of observing, predicting, and shaping human behavior at scale. His legacy is not only the laughter he elicits or the votes he garners, but the enduring influence he exerts on perceptions, cultural norms, and social imagination. In the rapidly shifting landscapes of digital media and public life, Niko Omilana exemplifies the integration of psychology, strategy, and creative audacity, a living demonstration of how insight, risk, and performance can converge to create enduring impact.